that's what I reasoned with myself in my head.
Okay.
And so we were on South Street one time, and I was driving, and he said something, and, you know, I said something back. He hit me while I was driving. So I let go of the wheel. And we're tussling in the car, and I'm hitting a car in front of us. We were like it was traffic, but I'm hitting a car in front of us. We going, you know, back and forth. My cousin was in the back of the car. And so the guy in the car in front of us had stopped the car and said, is everything okay? And that was the first time that I realized, okay, this is not okay. I'm sitting here hitting this car. I didn't even realize that I'm, you know, bumping into this car in front of us. And I'm like, yeah, we're okay. And then so there was a time that, and this, again, this just began happening. He had a child. He threw my keys across the yard. Like it just started getting really crazy. And so, so the last time that this happened, he was in my living room. And so at this point, I had become, you know, my own mad woman about stuff. And so he was stepping on my foot. He was putting on his shoe. He was getting mad at something, and he was stepping on my foot. So I began to get angry. And so I'm like, okay, we about to squabble, right? So I jump up and I hit him, right? I punched him. So we're punching. And so he hit me so hard this time. He hit me so hard in my head. I felt like, oh my God, he just like hit me. So my cousin ran next door to get my uncles. And so my uncles, they got involved. So they came over. They didn't ask no questions. They just, where's he at? They came over, broke him and his friend up, take them both. They fought him and everything like that. And they fought him all the way up to the speed line, everything, craziness. It was a crazy situation. So that night, they came back. Him and his friends came back. My uncles were still outside. They came back with pipes and everything and hit my uncle in the knee. And my uncle still had surgery probably a few years ago from that knee surgery. So that scar was my scar because he was fighting for me. And they came back with bats and pipes and things of that nature. And I knew that, you know, it had to be over. So all this time that I was reasoning with it, and now you mess with my family. So what am I going to do? Right? You know, you mess with my family. Like, do I turn against my family? You know how you hear the stuff where, you know, they went and beat up the family and all that kind of stuff. The family got involved and then the girl went back. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to be like that. And my dad wasn't around. So my dad came home. And he said, Janine, he said, do you want me to go to jail? Remember, I'm 16 years old. So I'm like, he said, do you want me to go to jail? I said, no. He said, then don't let another man put their hands on you because that's what's going to happen if I hear that.
Wow.
That was it with that. And I don't know whether man put their hands on me from that point on. But let me just say that turned me into my own domestic violence abuser, right? You know, that turned me, and I have to be careful about my thoughts and my viewpoints because I hit a few guys, you know, and then I had to realize, wait a minute, I hit a few guys. You ain't gonna speed by that. You have to give me a scar. You put your hands on somebody. Yeah, my husband, like I hit a few guys as a result, you know, of, you know, anybody that did anything when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I hit them all, you know. But I remember that one scar, one of my exes, I hit him like I literally lost my mind. And again, that's the transition of the whole process, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so here, this domestic violence abuser, this DV put this on me. And I became an abuser because anytime that I would feel like I was threatened, now I thought to fight, right? And so I remember, one of my exes, he was doing something. I had looked in his phone. I was being a little nosy John. And I looked in his phone. I seen some crazy stuff going on. I woke him up and like I was standing over top of him and I was just like, I was livid. And so again, I was, I clocked him a couple times and he told me, he says, no, this ain't,